Hello friends, welcome back. We are studying if condition and now let us look at and or. In Excel, and or are logical functions used inside if statements to test multiple conditions. Let's look at it with an example. Now we already have some student details here, and here let's say there are two tests that the students have to complete. One is, let's say, test 1, and the second one is test 2. Okay, and let's say test 1 is out of 50 marks. Let's write it as out of 50, and of course test 2 is also out of 50. Okay, all right. And here let's make a assumption that passing marks is, let's say, if you want to pass the test you have to take minimum 35 marks. Okay, all right. And then here let me just move this a little bit here, and then here we'll write it as result. Okay, so let's do some kind of fitting of the space here. So, and let me just do this as bold. Okay, okay. So here let's give some data. 53, no, it's out of 50, right? So it's 50, uh, 26, 45, 12, okay, and 49. And then in test 2 you are got like 12, 50, 21, and 36, 41. Okay, now if you want to use and, which will basically include more than one multiples conditions, which should be true. Okay, so let me write it here. Okay, so if you want to go for and, then let's say condition 1, condition 2, or whichever conditions are there, all should be true. Okay, and if you want to go for or, then let's say any condition, any one condition should be true. We'll come to that. Okay, so here you have to write is equal to if, and then you have to write and continuously you can use tab here so that it converts to capital letters. And here is the condition. So the test 1, so also make sure that you are selecting the data and not the heading. So this is the test 1 should be greater than 35. Let's say greater than equal to 35 and a comma here. And test 2 should be also be equal to greater than equal to 35, then a comma complete. So that is the condition. Okay, and in the previous video we have seen that after condition you have to put a comma, and then there is a true or then there is a false section. So if it is true, then there is a result which will say passes, comma, and there is, if it is not true, then there is a result which will say fails or failed, whatever it is. So if you press enter now this student has failed because the second test he hasn't completed well. Okay, so if you just fill it up across the numbers, most of them have failed basically because they have not met the condition. So the condition is that they should get how many marks? 35 marks in the test. Okay, so Paul data I have not given, so let me put it 50, and here I'll write 34. Now what happens is, because you have got 34 here, Paul is not cleared. So if I write let's say 37, now it is passes. Okay, so here we are using and or. So this is actually AND. And in the next video, I think we can go for the OR. So please go ahead and practice this. And in the next video, I'll show you how to write OR. It is very simple. We have to just change AND to OR. Thank you.